Nobody. We've got the inventory, we've got the financing, and we're moving metal. Truck month is on, and when they're gone, they're gone. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford in Gilbert or santanford.com. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Take advantage of thousands of dollars in SRP rebates and discounts on energy-efficient home upgrades, like new air conditioning units,
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 809-million. 809-million. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tickheavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling. Turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/ShakeU to learn how you can help.
Low T, start for free for a limited time. Get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee, only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone gives you more energy, stamina, and it'll help you lose weight and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and get prescription strength testosterone now at Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a game changer. So don't wait. If you've got low T, get started for free. Meet with a board-certified medical provider online with no waiting from the convenience of your home or office. Book today and feel like yourself again. Only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone, real doctors, real results.
Try the Chicken Melt Trio at Port of Subs. Protein packed with bold sauces and built to crush cravings. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
That's right. The Thursday edition of the lunch break right here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on what is Producer Evan's Friday.
Little short week for me, only 4-day week.
You're out tomorrow, so today is your Friday. Tomorrow is everybody else's Friday. I've got 2 more shows this week before I go on vacation. You're going on a little mini vacation starting tonight, I believe your flight.
Correct,
so
yeah. I fly out of here kind of a couple hours after the show.
You had the realization this morning in the morning meeting that this is the last buy or sell, the last leftovers, the last daily special that you and I are going to do for like 10 days or so.
Yeah, I had that realization, and it completely changed buy or sell for me.
You're getting some Happy Fridays over on the YouTube side of things. And by the way, you can always watch the show over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel if you want to watch and chat away with us over there. Let's jump right into it here today on the program. Free agency right around the corner for the Arizona Cardinals, and I just keep comparing it to a situation that we all went through last summer because the similarities, they just jump off the page.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
The closer and closer that we get to free agency on Monday, legal tampering in the NFL, the stronger the feeling is within me that this Cardinals situation is mirroring almost to a T the way we felt about the Suns offseason. Now, it's not an exact one-to-one, but a shakeup at some level of the power structure, check. The Suns got rid of a GM and a head coach. The Cardinals changing out head coaches. A shedding of a player that marks the previous era of that team's franchise. First, it was Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. For the Cardinals, it is the impending release of Kyler Murray. Check. Franchises that are both at crossroads needing to put their best foot forward. The Suns needed to put their best foot forward last summer in order to start what we thought was a slow march back to relevancy. I think the same can be said about Monty, about Mike LaFleur, and about where the Arizona Cardinals stand. We want one step at a time, and we want those steps to be forward. We don't want to be taking steps backwards. And just like we said about Brian Gregory and Jordan Ott, when their press conferences were done, and we knew the work that was required. I can remember it like it was yesterday, and it wasn't that long ago. It was back in last summer. But I can remember sitting here with producer Evan, and we said, great. Matt Ishbia, you had a great press conference. Brian Gregory, you gave us this.
The alignment.
But now, with time to reflect back, with hindsight, we kind of enjoy that drop. That drop's now one of our most played drops on the show. We enjoy Brian Gregory. We like Brian Gregory. He's done a good job as the general manager. In the moment, we were kind of on the fence. I know it was concerning for me. It was concerning for a lot of you. And then we heard from Jordan Ott. 2 out of the 3 press conferences, not bad. Clearly defining what the direction of the Phoenix Suns were going to be. But I can remember vividly the day after saying Jordan Ott won the press conference, continuing to say all of the right things. But I put a massive disclaimer out there. This is all great. It means nothing without the action. And we gave Brian Gregory and Matt Ishbia and Jordan Ott a little bit of friendly advice. Not that they asked for it, but we shared it anyway. Show, don't tell. Let your actions do the talking. You've talked. Matt Ishbia talked. 27 of the other teams would trade spots with us. Matt Ishbia talked. We're going to be gritty. We're going to be tough. We're going to play better defensively. Brian Gregory.
The alignment.
Talked about alignment and the coaches and the front office and the ownership all being on the same page. Jordan Ott wowed us with what he said in his first press conference, making it seem like the Suns had a good coaching search. Their process was good. We were excited about all of that. We were aligned with the Phoenix Suns. Yet we said, these are just words. You've now got to back it up with action. And they did with the Kevin Durant trade. They did with the wave and stretch of Bradley Beal. They did with their moves on draft night. And more importantly, probably the most important thing, they have done it with the way they have played this season and with the results that we've all had a chance to enjoy and watch together throughout this season. And hopefully there's another win coming tonight. The Cardinals need to copy that formula. We on this program give Monty a hard time with some of his press conferences, right? We don't think he's really great at that aspect of the job. It doesn't matter if he's bad at that aspect of the job if he builds a good roster this offseason. If he goes out and rebuilds the offensive line, if they land a blue chip player with the number 3 overall pick, if they land Malik Willis or another quarterback in free agency, if we get to the end of the draft, if we get to May and we feel like the Cardinals are a vastly improved team on paper, then the actions will have done the talking. They will have backed up the words that we heard Michael Bidwell say, that we heard Monty say, that we heard Mike LaFleur say. And so it's a little different because the GM is still here, right? And you don't really feel like there's been a transformation of the owner like you did with Matt Ishbia, right? There was sort of a acknowledgement from Matt Ishbia's perspective of, I was doing this wrong. I don't think we got that for Michael Bidwell. So again, it's not a one-to-one, but boy, the situations feel so similarly. And maybe this is me, the glass half full, seeing what the Suns did, how quickly they turned it around when everybody told you they weren't going to be able to turn it around as quickly as they did. And that's giving me a little bit of hope because I see the similarities between the two situations. That the Cardinals, who I would argue have a better chance of digging out of this than the Suns did last summer. That's the benefit that Michael and Monty and Mike all have in this. They've got the draft picks that the Suns didn't have. They've got the cap space that the Suns didn't and still don't really have. They've got right now $40 million in cap space. I'm going to tell you today how we get that number up to around 80. They've got the resources that the Suns didn't have last summer to dig themselves out of this mess. The Suns did it. What's the excuse for the Cardinals? So now I don't want to hear from you. Words don't mean anything to me. I thought you made a good hire at head coach. I think you got one of the best coaches that you could have gotten in this cycle. When you look at all the other teams that were in the market for a new head coach, I thought you did well. I thought you checked a lot of the boxes. I'm excited about the future with Mike LaFleur. I'm excited that we're putting Kyler Murray in the past. Great. All of that is excitement. I am
The alignment.
I'm aligned with you in the direction that you want to go. I'm in.
LaFleur.
Let's ride. Now you got to have the actions to back it up. You've now got to show us through your actions starting on Monday that you get where this roster is at, that you get this team needs 3 new offensive linemen. You get that this team needs another edge rusher. You get that this team probably needs another running back. You get that this team needs somebody at all 3 levels of their defense this offseason. You've now got to show us that you get all that and that you are going to make the decisions and you are going to be aggressive in doing so, putting a team on the field next year that can be more competitive. The Suns did it. The Suns did it with less than you have. So there is no excuse. The time for words is done. We're in the past on all of that. We've heard from all these guys. We've heard from them at the end of the season. We've heard from them when LaFleur was hired. We heard from them at the scouting combine. We heard from Michael Bidwell when he broke ground for the new training facility. Words, talk is cheap. Done, over with. Now it is about action. And as we get closer and closer to Monday, it's Producer Evans Friday. We still have a couple more days until Monday here. But when we get to Monday, now we get to see, will the actions speak louder than the words? And will they actually follow through on rebuilding this team? Because it is all there in front of them.
And you compared it to the Suns. Just in that comparison, the actions followed the words, right? Like you went out and you acquired Dylan Brooks in the Kevin Durant trade. It was evidently clear with who they brought in, how they went about the draft, what their goal was, what they wanted to do, and they were able to accomplish it, right? We feel the culture shift. It's a whole different thing for the Cardinals. And I don't know if they need as dramatic of a culture shift in the locker room that the Suns needed. But they need a lot of help.
The Suns told you what they were going to do.
And they did it.
And then they did it. Right? They told you what the
Correct.
Suns were going to be this season. And then every move they made, when you looked at it through that lens, you're like, I got it.
But we haven't had that declaration from the Cardinals either.
Not as strong as the declaration from Matt Ishbia and Brian Gregory and Jordan Knott. No. And I will say there I think was more collective. I'll play the drop because it's funny.
The alignment.
Between what the Suns are doing and what we think the Cardinals are going to do.
Correct.
Right? I felt in the summer, despite wondering how hard of a challenge it was going to be, you knew what the Suns wanted to do.
Correct.
Do we fully know what the Cardinals want to do?
No.
And here's why I know that we don't know what the Cardinals want to do. This is where you listen to the fan base, right? This is where me as a radio host, I'll take you behind the curtain. This is where I look at what you are saying. And when the Suns got in front of the world and they told us all the things they wanted to do, everybody kind of got in line and was on board. They were ready to go. They knew the direction. They understood that it was going to take time. They were happy that this was the choice that was made because everybody kind of saw the writing on the wall and they were ready to support this team. With the Cardinals, there's a little infighting right now. Should they tank? Should they try to be competitive? Do they need to sign Malik Willis? Do they just stick with Jacoby Brissett? Tank for the number 1 pick? draft Ty Simpson in the first round. There's some infighting that's going on amongst the Cardinal fan base, and I don't remember that type of infighting last summer when talking about the Suns offseason. And so that has left kind of this vacuum of interpretation of what we're going to see next week. I think everybody assumes Malik Willis is going to come here. I don't assume in this business. Let's see it. Let's see pen go to paper. And we're going to talk today about Malik Willis versus Jimmy G, because I think that is the free agent battle to watch, because I think those are two different paths that you can take at the quarterback position, and I think the Cardinals will take one of them. One of those paths they are going to choose next week. I just don't know which one yet. But the Cardinals can follow the script that the Suns laid out. And the Cardinals, I would argue, and I know nobody trusts Michael Bidwell. Nobody trusts Monty. Nobody trusts the Arizona Cardinals. They've given you zero reason, really, since they've been here, to trust them. But they are better equipped to turn this around than the Suns were last summer. You had a relative unknown at GM. You had a relative unknown at head coach, and they figured it out this quickly. You have a relative unknown at GM here with Monty. You have a relative unknown as a head coach with Mike LaFleur. You have all of the reasons in the world, the cap space, the draft picks, the resources, the needs matching up with the draft classes and the free agent classes for this to be a very successful, transformative offseason. Now, I don't think the Cardinals need to be, I'll put on my newspaper voice here for a second, the 5 biggest winners of the NFL offseason. They don't need to end up on those columns. They don't need to be named a winner. They can make moves next week that we can clearly view and go, that makes them a better franchise. That makes them a better team next year. That is the type of move that moves them in the direction that we want to see this franchise go. They can do that without being one of the top 5 winners.
I agree. There are going to be teams like the Bills, right, are already going to be talked about probably in a bigger light than most teams.
The
right?
Raiders.
They went out and got DJ Moore. The Raiders, with the number 1 pick, they just have so much money. The Titans have so much money, right? Those teams will be talked about as off-season and free agent winners. You don't need to be in that conversation, like you said. But what you do need to do is make moves on the margins that are going to make you better. And it's not like we're sitting here and this team is in a bad cap space. They have a really good cap situation. Is it the Titans? Is it the Raiders? No, but it's still a good cap situation. And this offseason is extremely important to make this team better in the long run. So you need to be able to look at the moves and say, okay, I see it. Maybe I don't see it in this year, but in 2 to 3 years, that's really going to help this team. That's really going to help this organization. Or, wow, that makes them better this year. You need to see those moves.
480-864-1060 is the phone number if you want to chime in here today on the program. We're going to get you ready for the Suns looking for 3 in a row tonight against Chicago. We've got some Diamondbacks to get to here today. More on the Cardinals, the last buy or sell for the week. Also coming up in hour number 2 of the program, we have a jam-packed show. So thanks for hanging out with us here today on the program. Speaking of the Diamondbacks, the WBC got underway last night. I was watching some WBC action before I went to bed. I don't want to say we're at the midway point, but spring training in full swing at this stage. Let's check in on the Diamondbacks in their closer battle. We'll do it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The roar of the NTT IndyCar Series is back.
Robert Wickett, your leader, in for his final stop of the night. These guys haven't made a mistake, but a little problem with the right rear.
Take a look to the inside. No, Hicks slams the door into turn number 1.
They're side by side. Joseph Newgarden has made the pass.
Listen to the NTT IndyCar Series at Phoenix Raceway, live this Saturday.
12:30 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Bad Omens. Do you feel love? North American Tour 2026. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, March 24th. Bad Omens. With special guests, Beartooth and President. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Bad Omens, live in Glendale.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tea at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Some flavors just take you to another place. Like the Filet-O-Fish, a crispy fish fillet made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock on melty American cheese topped with tartar sauce, all on a soft, steamed bun. It's crispy, flaky perfection. And right now, I can mix and match two favorites, like a Filet-O-Fish or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets for just $6. This deal is the catch of the day. So get to McDonald's fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Rams GM Les Snead is at it again, and by at it again, I mean espousing his F them picks philosophy. This time sending a first, a fifth, a sixth, and an additional third rounder to Kansas City for stud corner Trent McDuffie. Not at all surprising, and I love this deal for the Rams as much as Les hates having draft picks. McDuffie is one of the best corners in the NFL and addresses the Rams' most obvious need. Meanwhile, with him entering his final year of his rookie deal, it's pretty clear the Chiefs were not willing to pay what he is sure to get on the open market. So it makes perfect sense for both sides. The Chiefs are finally looking at, if not a rebuild, then at least a reload. And the Rams, who came up just a game shot of the Super Bowl, are clearly going all in for 2026 with Matthew Stafford nearing the end of his career. There's saying you're all in, and then there's actually being all in. Looking at you, Jerry Jones, I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Replace your wiper blades and save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Beam blade technology improves windshield contact for maximum visibility. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'Reillyauto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The WBC kicked off last night. Watched Australia pick up their 3-0 win over Chinese Taipei. There's some early baseball this morning. I know there was some thought of setting the early alarm and getting up and watching it. That did not happen in my house. Didn't happen. I know I talked about it, but it didn't.
I would have been shocked if you did that.
If I would have just...
And I said that yesterday. And yeah, I would have been completely shocked if you woke up and got up. Both feet on the ground, stand by what I said.
We got one more game this evening. Australia will take on the Czech, I believe, at 8 o'clock. So Australia 1-0. They're looking to get off to a super hot start in Pool C. And then the U.S., they get involved tomorrow night, 6 p.m. They'll take on Brazil in the opener of their WBC. But while that is going on, we still have some spring training action. And I thought today may be a good day to do a little check-in on the state of the Diamondbacks bullpen. We're going to do a check-in on Brendan Pfaadt a little bit later on this hour, but I thought that we would look at the closer role. Producer Evan, you want to put 4 names on the list? I have 4 names that I think are under consideration to be the Diamondbacks closer to start the year.
Let's do it.
4 names. Kevin Ginkel.
Correct.
Paul Sewald.
Correct.
Ryan Thompson.
Correct.
Jonathan Loaisiga.
I think those are the 4.
Those are the 4 names that I think could be in the mix here. And I think I would default to the 3 veterans of this franchise, of this organization, in Sewald, Ginkel, and Thompson. Loaisiga, I think, is a outside candidate, but I think he's looked pretty good so far.
Yeah, I think they're happy with what they've gotten out of Jonathan Loaisiga so far.
In spring, he's made, 2 appearances? I've got his stats here that I can pull. He's made 2 appearances, the 2 innings. He's allowed just 1 earned run over those 2 innings so far in spring. Sewald had a rough go of it yesterday for the Diamondbacks. His spring training ERA, because we care about these things.
18.
Listen, don't be a little more respectful.
12.
9, please. A little more respectful. He's given up 2 earned runs in 2 innings worth of work in the 2 games that he has pitched in this season. Ginkel has yet to allow a run, but he's only been in 1 game that allowed the 2 hits, struck out 2 in his lone outing of spring. And then Ryan Thompson, been in 2 games as well. He is also not allowed a run, 3 strikeouts, and 1 hit in the 2 innings. It's just so small of a sample size.
Small.
2 games for Thompson, 2 for Loaisiga, 1 for Ginkel, 2 for Paul Sewald. I don't know if I feel any differently with a handful of games pitched by these guys.
Not at all.
So
I 2 innings in spring training is nothing. How can I really tell?
I don't want to say that you can't really tell, but
they have a better idea. They've seen these guys throw live ABs and bullpens. It's hard for us.
I just think it's too small of a sample size to not just rest on your priors.
Correct.
What you thought of these guys going into. You know how we could go through a whole spring and somebody comes out of nowhere and just every outing they're lighting it up and you didn't have them in your plans, but now you need to put them in your plans. Ryan Walshman's a great example of this. I think when he was invited to camp, the Diamondbacks, excited about Ryan Walshman, believe he could be a contributor in 2026, didn't think he was going to make the opening day roster. Now there's a serious conversation of what do you do with this kid? He hasn't played in Reno yet, hasn't been higher than AA, but he's crushing the baseball. Like, it's just making it almost impossible to leave him off of the roster. Those types of things happen on the pitching front. I would not describe what we're seeing from these 4 relievers so far as anybody doing that.
They're not lighting the world on fire.
They're not wowing you to a point where you go, oh, that person has to be the closer.
Correct.
We're still kind of, these are the guys. They all have their pros. They all have their cons. They've all kind of done it before. In Loaisiga's case, it's hasn't pitched in a while, has been injured. In Kevin Ginkel's case, it was really bad last year. Paul Sewald, he's old. Ryan Thompson, can he do that job every single day? All have pros, all have cons. Nobody has, I think, jumped off of the page right now as the de facto go-to 9th inning guy.
I 100% agree.
Now, that's not the type.
And I don't know if they will in spring. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we're going to get that answer until midway through April.
I think the one guy that could do it
is Ginkel.
No, is Loaisiga.
Oh, jump off the page.
Because he has the best stuff.
Because you don't have the priors of knowing what these guys are in the organization. And you're right. Loaisiga's had probably the most success in the big leagues.
I have a bias here, and I've shared it on the program before. I want my closer to have just filthy stuff.
Loaisiga has filthy stuff.
Jonathan Loaisiga fits that bill. The reason why you can't give the gig to Jonathan Loaisiga, one, he's the new guy, so you just don't know what you have in him. You signed him in the idea that it could be a worthwhile dart throw. But secondly, you gotta figure out where he's at health-wise. Is he ready for that type of workload? Is he ready to be thrust back into high leverage situations? But if you're just asking me, I mean, I'll never quit Juan Murillo because he's a guy that can throw 100. Like, I'm never going to quit on the idea that he can be a back-end high-leverage reliever. When you can throw, that's why I love Justin Martinez. That's why I think this is Justin Martinez's job if and when he is healthy. Because not only does he throw 100+, but he throws the sink. So, I mean, it's just a filthy pitch. Like, I want filth. I want swing and miss stuff as my closer. I love Cade Stroud. I think it was a great pickup by the Diamondbacks. I don't see him as a closer because he's a ground ball guy.
Hey, he's a seventh inning, eighth inning guy.
And in the postseason, your closer could come in as early as the fifth inning. And he could come in when there's a runner on first, a runner on third, one out, and this is the important moment of the game. You need to be able to miss bats. You need to be able to generate swing and miss. There's a time and a place for a ground ball pitcher. Not to say that everybody has to be swing and miss, but to me, my number one, my ace of my bullpen, I need to have filthy stuff. So that's why Loaisiga is the guy to me that I think could shoot to the moon. I don't know if he will, though. Is there going to be enough time and opportunity for him to do that?
That's the question.
That's where I have trouble or a struggle with the idea of him becoming the closer. Although I think his stuff plays the best out of the four guys that we've mentioned.
I think that's fair to say too.
And then I think I would have Ginkel number 2.
But I still think I don't think Loaisiga could win the job in spring. I think we're going to need him to win it.
No, and that's why at the top I said these are the 4 names, but 3 I think have a leg up. I think Loaisiga is a very distant 4th.
Yeah.
Because I think what they want a clean bill of health in spring. They want the signs of the old Jonathan Loaisiga. And I think they're going to be very comfortable with their middle relief being some combination of Jonathan Loaisiga and Cade Stroud being the first guy out of the pen.
Correct.
Depending on the situation. Am I going to the bullpen in the middle of an inning and I need to get a ground ball double play? Cade Stroud, you're my guy. Am I starting an inning and I want to go for whiffs? Jonathan Loaisiga, you're my guy, right? I think Loaisiga and Cade Stroud profile to me, at least at the early part of the season, as the guys that can be your first man in.
Yeah, fit these guys as 7th, 8th inning guys for this roster.
The Jalen Beeks role last year.
Yep, correct.
And they're going to want a lefty to be a part of that mix. Stroud and Loaisiga are both righties, so they're going to need somebody from the left side, and maybe that's going to end up being Brandon Garcia. And that trio that leads into a 7, 8, 9 combo of Ginkel, Thompson, and Sewald, I still have my concerns about that group. I don't think those concerns are going to change here in the spring, but I can start to wrap my head around the bullpen maybe having a little bit of a higher floor than we initially thought, because you're going to get Puck back at some point. You're going to get Justin Martinez back in August, it looks like. So far in spring, I don't think anyone's won this job. I think it is still up for grabs. I would default to the 3 guys who are familiar to the organization. You look at Ginkel and Sewald as the guys who actually have the credentials, the past experience, Sewald more than Ginkel. So I wonder if that's going to be the tiebreaker. Because Ginkel has, I think, 5 career saves? I mean, he doesn't have a ton of saves.
No, not at all.
Sewald has that year a couple years ago where he,
when they went to the World Series,
25, 30 saves. That may be the tiebreaker because no one separates themselves. But I'll tell you, Loaisiga is the name to keep an eye on. I really think if he continues to be healthy and show off the filthy stuff, he can play a role on this bullpen when we get to the end of the road.
I 100% agree.
And Code brings up what I think is a great point. What makes it so hard to do this? He says you can't tell, especially when the majority of these closers are pitching against batters wearing jersey numbers in the 70s and 80s. Like, where you put these guys into the game, the starters could be out. You're facing a bunch of guys who got invites to camp but aren't threats to make the big league roster right now. And so, yeah, great. You had a perfect inning against 3 guys that are going to be no higher than AA this season. What am I supposed to do with that?
Nothing.
I don't know how to contextualize that. I don't know what bucket to put that in. So it's a really tough task for Torey Lovullo. And I know we all have our worries about how he manages a bullpen. I understand. I don't necessarily disagree. We've got the rest of spring to load up on these sample sizes and ultimately come to a decision by the time opening day rolls around. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, Malik Willis or Jimmy G? Is that the choice that the Cardinals will make next week? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTO'Sullivans.com for a location near you.
Chicago, Stick, the Windy Cities Tour. Finally, 2 iconic bands together for the first time. September 1st, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Chicago and Styx. All the hits, your kind of tour.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. With very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at PepsiPromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of PepsiCo.
Ready to refresh your space for less? At Living Spaces, thoughtful design and direct sourcing keep prices low while quality stays high. With sofas starting at just $295, queen beds from $195, and dining sets from just $295. Updating every room is within reach. Plus, enjoy fast, free shipping as soon as next day. So your new favorites arrive without the wait. Your next piece is waiting only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Right now at Superstar Car Wash, it's buy one wash, get one free. Yep, buy a wash, get a wash on us. Perfect for sharing and saving. Don't miss this limited time offer. Be super and stop by your nearest location today.
It's the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series GovX 200 event at Phoenix Raceway.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Here they come down to the line. Green flag goes in the air.
Heads west to the desert.
And they're wrecking in turn 3. Around goes Williams Sawalich.
To race under the lights at Phoenix Raceway.
For the final time, Austin Hill has dominated Daytona. Austin Hill yet again will win at Daytona.
It's the GovX 200.
This Saturday, 5 p.m. on AM 1060 KDUS.
Before we dive into Malik Willis versus Jimmy G, do you mind if I use my platform here for a second to ask for some advice? Whether it's you, producer Evan, the listeners.
Go ahead.
I need help with something. Going on vacation this weekend. I leave on Sunday. Well, technically Saturday, but the vacation starts on Sunday. We go on a cruise. The boat leaves the port on Sunday. I bought a new phone.
Okay.
Phone gets delivered today. There's a pre-order of a new phone that releases today. So it's going to get delivered to my house if it isn't already there. And as part of this deal to get the new phone, I'm changing providers.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do the switch over.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to a new phone. The phone I currently have is it's a little clunky. I don't love it. So I'm upgrading, and I found a good deal to upgrade. So I'm excited about today. And my wife last night goes, "Do you really want to do that? Because you're going to take the new phone on the boat?" And so now, thoughts that I wasn't even considering because of the excitement of the new phone.
Wow.
What do I do? Because
I think she might be right.
She is. But let me tell you something. It's going to be really hard when I go home tonight to see that box and not want to set up the new phone.
It's going to be almost impossible. You almost need somebody to hide the phone before you get home.
Because I know I got an email a little bit ago that says, "Hey, we're excited for you to sign up for the service." I mean, I'm getting the emails. They're ready for me.
What phone is it?
So I'm getting the new Google Pixel 10a.
Okay.
I'm upgrading from my Samsung phone that I currently have. I'm an Android guy. I'm not an Apple guy. I'm not doing that debate here on the program today.
It's crazy. It's
let me
our
ask
mutual friend, and it's ridiculous.
Our mutual friend and I, again, this is one of the rare things that we agree on. It's Derek Carr and this where we align. Apple products I don't like them. Now, should I be offended that the wife thinks I'm unable to keep the phone safe when I go on a vacation? Is there any part of me that should be upset that it was even brought up in the first place? Because when I get on the boat, I'm going to put it in the safe because you don't have cell service. So I want it to be able to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a good phone, new camera.
I would be a tad offended. But similar. I used to be a huge no phone case guy.
So this is the other thing that I think is the reason behind her saying this. I'm a no case guy.
Yeah.
Like my current phone, I don't have it with me in the studio. I go no case.
But if it weren't for some people in my life hammering me on the phone case.
I broke my last phone before this one at my daughter's softball game. Foul ball comes over the top. I go to make a play.
Yeah.
Phone pops out of my pocket. Screen shatters.
Oh. I had I'm a pacer when I'm on the phone.
Oh yeah, I take laps.
And so out back, and we have a pool, right? And so I have a little track that I walk around the pool. And just because I don't like to bother my roommates, I'll do it outside. So I'll just walk a track around the pool. On the back side of the pool, it gets a little tight. It's narrow. And I kind of stumbled, like this is a couple months back, and I kind of stumbled and fumbled the phone. And biggest issue here is I'm wearing big Bose headphones. Fumbled the phone, kind of comes out of my hands. Me, quick thinking, being the athlete I am, I'm going in, right? Phone's going in, I'm going in with it. So catch it in my right hand and just toss it out. The phone.
Oh, it's like one of those. It's one of those plays at the sideline where you're going out of bounds, throw it into my teammate.
Throw it back in,
I love
right?
It, yeah.
So phone's fine. Biggest issue there?
The Bose.
Yeah, headphones hit the water. Gone. See ya. And at that moment, you're not thinking about it. You're like, phone going in the water, I'm going to get it.
Right. You can't put it all into.
My phone can go under can go up to 10 meters.
Do you have?
It's like a 3-foot pool.
Do you have the Twitter account open? The KDUS AM 1060.
I do. Yeah.
Can we get a poll question up? Are you when you get a new cell phone or just in general with your current phone, are you a case or no case person? So I just want two options: case, no case, and I'd like that up on the KDUS AM 1060 Twitter account. Maybe we'll recap that a little bit later on. While producer Evan is getting that up on the social media accounts, I'm going to get to our regularly scheduled segment here and talk about Malik Willis and Jimmy G. Because I think there are two separate paths that the Cardinals can go next week. And they both have their pros and their cons. Malik Willis is the name that everybody has been focusing on for good reason. He's the player, I think, with the limitless ceiling, the top-end potential that you very rarely get in free agency. It's because he looked good last year in those handful of games that he played for Green Bay when Jordan Love was out. He looked like a serviceable starting quarterback right now with the potential of a young player to grow into something more. And you get excited at the idea of, in a similar offense, with some talented playmakers like a Trey McBride, a Marvin Harrison Jr., a Michael Wilson, an offensive mind in Michael LaFleur coaching him up, that he's going to be able to reach that ceiling, reach that potential. And so you get excited at, that could be your answer. You decided yesterday or 2 days ago, it's over. Kyler Murray, 7 years, we're done. It may take you 7 years to figure it out, although Malik Willis might be the quick fix. Malik Willis might be the guy that makes it so it's not 7 years. It's one offseason. Boom, done, solved. Guy with limitless potential, a high-end ceiling, in an offense that's going to be tailor-made for him. You saw a similar type offense last year with Hackett, with the other LaFleur, lead to him showcasing the ability of being a starting quarterback. So you're buying in on potential, and you're buying in on Michael LaFleur being a quarterback whisperer if you go down the Malik Willis path. But then there's the other path. There's the other path of competency. There's the other path of comfortability, because that's what Jimmy G provides. The ceiling, it's not as high. The ceiling is fixed. It's not limitless. You know where the ceiling is. A wise basketball man once said the ceiling is the roof. You know where the ceiling is for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not going to break through that ceiling. But for a coach who's entering his first year as a head coach at the NFL level, whose head is going to be spinning in about 45 different directions over the course of his first year, there is an argument to be made. Get a stable, reliable, known quantity at the quarterback position. You're not going the volatile route with Malik Willis because those range of outcomes are wide. It could work, but it also could crash and burn. It will cost a decent amount of money. Jimmy Garoppolo won't cost as much. The range of outcomes, much more narrow. A higher floor, but a lower ceiling. An offense that he knows because he was with the Rams last year. So you basically have an extension of the coaching staff ready to go. Getting your offense up to speed is going to be a lot easier for Mike LaFleur so he can focus on the other things he has to do as a head coach. I understand why some people want Jimmy G to be the quarterback of this team because it checks a lot of boxes and it would arguably make the job easier for Mike LaFleur. Malik Willis, Jimmy G. My prediction, one of those two is going to be the quarterback of this team next week. Yeah, and I've seen the comments on the YouTube chat. Jimmy G gets hurt a lot. You have to factor that in. That's why the ceiling isn't very high. Because you know you're going to get, 12 to 14 games out of him. Maybe. With Malik Willis, the idea is he can be much more than what Jimmy G gives you. But Jimmy G gives you the nice, soft, smooth landing in year one. You can get your feet underneath you as a head coach. You know you're going to be competent offensively, right? The floor is really high for what your offense is going to be able to do. And it's a short-term fix. It's a bridge option, but it buys you time. Maybe you draft somebody. You plan for next year's free agent classic quarterback or next year's draft classic quarterback, and you just buy yourself time to settle in, get your feet underneath you, and hit the ground running as a head coach. That's why you would go down the Jimmy G path. Not to say it's the easier path, but it's the path that probably sets you up for a higher floor in year one. Whereas Malik Willis, boy, that sets the ceiling kind of high. I'm Team Willis. I've been Team Malik Willis from the beginning of all of this. I have never been scared of the money. I have never been scared of the 30 million AAV or higher. I have always embraced that risk because I think it is a worthwhile dart throw that doesn't come around very often, and it matches up perfectly with where the Cardinals are at. An offensive-minded head coach who wants to get his guy in here, the connections that LaFleur has to Malik Willis because he was in Green Bay with his brother, because Hackett's now on the staff, because it's a similar system. All of this is like a perfect storm that doesn't come around all the time. And so I'm in. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's take that chance. But I understand those out there who throw out Jimmy G as a potential possibility. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us. You can also chat away with us on the KDUSAM 1060 YouTube live stream. I'm getting a lot of criticism for the no case policy, the no case stance. Code asking, what's the thinking behind no phone case too bulky? So for me, it depends on the type of phone that I'm getting. But some of the time, the colors on the phone are really good. What's the point if I'm just going to slap a case on the back? And yeah, sometimes the cases are too bulky.
For me, it's a feel thing. The stainless steel on the iPhone, like there's just no better feeling
right. I like
than
the
that
feel
in your
phone
hand.
in my hand.
Like I love that. That is awesome. Very clean.
I'm also not a screen protector guy.
I put one on for the first time. Can't stand it.
The reason why I'm not a screen protector guy is, one, I know I'm not going to be able to put it on perfectly like you see in all the YouTube videos. And so I'm just going to be annoyed at the little bubble in the corner. I'm going to be annoyed that it's not, even. And it's just going to annoy me throughout the process of enjoying the phone. So I'd rather just not. I'd rather just enjoy the phone.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you got good hands, you don't need a case.
And again, it popped out of my pocket.
Your pocket.
Making a play.
Did you make the play?
I did make the play.
Good.
No, I didn't make the play.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
It's not even worth it.
No. It was a double whammy.
2 votes in, by the way.
And what are the early returns?
1-1.
Oh, so we're split right down the middle. So if you want to vote on that, the KDUS AM 1060 Twitter account is where you can chime in. We'll update that perhaps during the leftovers. When we come back, we'll wrap up hour number 1 of the lunch break. It was his first start of the spring, and in some ways, he's the forgotten man of the rotation. Let's talk about Brendan Pfaadt. We'll do it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Straight Talk Wireless 500 at Phoenix Raceway.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag is flying. Here's Kyle Busch. He'll get the advantage on the outside lane.
Annual West Coast Swing begins in the Valley of the Sun.
Allgaier put the block on topside, made contact, and we've got a big one here at Daytona. Here comes Tyler Reddick. He'll make the move. They're crashing behind him. Elliott's in the wall.
It's the Straight Talk Wireless 500.
This Sunday, 11:30 a.m. on KECG 1440. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can change fast. That's when the attorneys at Sweet James step in. They help you understand your rights, connect you with medical care, and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. You don't pay anything unless your case is resolved successfully, and help is available 24 hours a day. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Florence and the Machine presents the Everybody Scream Tour. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Saturday, May 9th. The incomparable Florence and the Machine returns. With special guest, Mannequin Pussy. On sale now at livenation.com. The new album, Everybody Scream, available now.
Everybody scream. What would you do if you could multiply your cash? Would you multiply your vacations? Multiply your relaxation? Or multiply your celebrations? With multiplier scratchers from the Arizona Lottery, you can multiply all the good things, like vacations, relaxation, and celebrations. Play multiplier scratchers for over $270 million in prizes and multiply your fun. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort are two of Scottsdale's most iconic entertainment destinations, elevated by one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Earn points on gaming, dining, and purchases. Then redeem for free play, cash, or exclusive savings on dining, spa treatments, and hotel stays with breathtaking valley views. Join today and get up to $25 in free play. Salt River Rewards at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
ASU Baseball to complement your Sunday right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils as they look to square off against LMU and finish the weekend strong. Head coach Ray Bloomquist knows how to lead his team to another win at home in 2026. Listen in live as ASU looks to defeat Loyola Marymount University. Pre-game coverage begins Sunday afternoon at 12:45 p.m. and first pitch at 1:05 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS app.
Wrapping up hour number 1 here of the lunch break. So the case versus no case thing has kind of taken on a life of its own on the YouTube side. Because now Code is saying that I'm the type of guy who rides a motorcycle with the wind in my hair with no helmet. There's a major difference in the safety concerns about wearing a helmet or not wearing a helmet on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's threatening the life.
Right, it's a phone. And I can replace a phone. No,
a phone is replaceable.
Right, I'm a helmet guy if I ride on a bike or a motorcycle. I mean, that's just a safety thing, right?
Exactly. That is a human safety thing. This is if
phone.
I drop the phone, I have the warranty. I went into AT&T. My last phone was gashed up. It was bad.
It's a complete
It was
mess.
really, really bad. And the back of it was a little broken too. And so I went into the AT&T store.
Try to hit you with the upsell on the case.
And I was like, hey, so like I have the warranty, looking to make the upgrade though. So, looking to trade this in. Okay. And I just had my phone down, like screen side down, but but I had like black spots on the screen. It was bad. And sure enough, she like just never really checked it. Like she saw there was a crack in the back of the phone. It was like, oh, I can see the crack there. And we just kind of moved on, signed all the papers. Then she flipped it over and she's like, whoa, it's really bad, huh? It's like, yeah, it's not
great. Not great. I want to get to Brendan Pfaadt and the first start that he made of the spring. But before we get out of here on hour number 1 of the program, I want to hook up one of you for tomorrow. 11:30 tomorrow. We've got IndyCar qualifying that will take place. I got a 4-pack of tickets. I want to send you to IndyCar qualifying tomorrow. So how about caller number 4, since we're doing a 4-pack, 480-864-1060. We'll hook you up. Again, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. So don't call in if you're not able to go tomorrow. But if you've got Friday off, you're looking to get out, do something fun, IndyCar qualifying tomorrow. We've got a 4-pack of tickets that we will send over to you when the show is over. So caller number 4, 480-864-1060. We'll hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets to IndyCar qualifying tomorrow. In the meantime, let's talk about Brendan Pfaadt and his start yesterday, making his first start of the spring. And I'd call it a mixed bag. Good to see him get back on the mound, right? Was dealing with the side issue that kept him out of spring action, was able to get through his first start of the spring. The velocity seemed fine, right? Everything was around the normal range it is in his career. His sinker velocity was actually a little higher than it was last year. Changeup velocity was good. Everything seemed fine. The command was really kind of the big issue there. He threw 25 pitches over the course of 2+ innings worth of work, and it was 13 strikes, 12 balls. And that is really the concern for Brendan Pfaadt, is his ability to throw strikes and to throw those strikes consistently. He also gave up some hard contact. Max exit velo yesterday was 111.2, 4 balls in total hit, considered the hard hit variety. And so those are the two big concerns for somebody that I think is the forgotten about guy in this Diamondbacks rotation. We're focusing on Merrill Kelly, who, by the way, threw yesterday, so all signs are pointing towards him being on the shorter end of the recovery. Zach Gallen generates a lot of attention. I know Ryan Nelson is a super popular name as a breakout candidate in 2026, although he kind of broke out in the second half of 2025. Brendan Pfaadt, to me, feels like the pitcher that can turn this rotation into not just the strength of this team, but just the thing that keeps them relevant and maybe allows them to exceed expectations. If you have 4 starters that you really believe in that are more than just, number 3 types, then you've got a rotation that can beat anybody, that can neutralize any lineup in the sport. I think Brendan Pfaadt is key to that. The things he has to control got hit really hard last year. Saw signs of that a little bit yesterday. 4 balls hit extremely hard. Classified as hard hit balls, according to Baseball Savant, StatCast. And then it's the command. 25 pitches, nearly 50-50, right down the middle, ball strikes. That's got to be better. He has to throw more pitches in the zone. He's got to generate more swing and miss. He's got to be able to get guys to roll over the ball on the ground, and he can't walk guys. That's when things start to get out of hand for Brandon. So a mixed bag, right? Really good on the one hand that he got out there, was able to get through a couple of innings. He looked the part in terms of velocity. Didn't seem like the side was bothering him. The bad, the hard hit contact, and the command. I can chalk that up to his first spring start. I can very easily say he's dusting off the cobwebs. He's shaking off the rust. Let's see where we're at as spring progresses. He took a major first step yesterday in dealing with whatever he's dealing with this injury to his side. And now we see if he's able to build off of this. And as we get closer and closer to the end of spring, if the command is dialed in, if he's generating some weak contact instead of the hard hit contact that he gave up yesterday. 2 hard hit balls on the sinker, 2 hard hit balls on the fastball. That's the concern. He's got to generate weaker contact with those pitches because they're not getting him anywhere else. I mean, they really only hit the sinker, the 4-seamer, and the cutter that he threw yesterday. That was it. Everything else was good. So he's just got to be able to make sure that he generates the weaker variety of contact with the sinker and the fastball. So the command, so-so. The hard hit, so-so. But he got out there, had his first start of the spring, and I think this is a guy that is the key to raising both the floor and the ceiling. Because I think Brendan Pfaadt can probably be a really good number 2, a solid number 3. And so if you have him as your number 4 starter, and Ryan Nelson is a really good number 2, and you have Zach Allen, who can be an ace, Merrill Kelly, who's a really good number 2 and at times can be an ace, you've got a great rotation. I mean, that is not just a good rotation. It's a great rotation. So good to see Brandon out there. Now he's got to build off of this start. And the command and the hard hit contact is the concern for him as we get closer to the start of the season. Hour number 1 in the program in the books. We've got the Suns going for 3 in a row. We'll tell you how the Cardinals can make even more cap space ahead of Monday, but we'll start hour number 2 with a little buy or sell. Thanks for hanging out with us. You're listening to The Lunch Break, KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. Spring training is back in Scottsdale. Don't miss out on a single game. Grab your tickets now for any game at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Hurry and visit saltriverfields.com today.
The Avett Brothers and Mike Patton present Avett Patton Performing Live at Arizona Financial Theater, May 12th. Avett Patton. On sale now at livenation.com.
Jumbo Shrimp is back at Del Taco. One bite of Del's Jumbo Shrimp Taco, and yeah, you're on a whole different level of flavor. Top tier, no notes. Crispy golden shrimp, crunchy cabbage, fresh house-made pico de gallo, and savory secret sauce, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with a fresh-cut lime wedge. And right now, get 2 for just $6. They're only here for a limited time, so level up with 2 crispy jumbo shrimp tacos for $6. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
Been crazy busy these days? Sounds like you could use a little we time. That means playtime at the AAA 4-Diamond Wekopa Casino Resort. Game time with more than 900 slots plus table games. Maybe a tea time on one of 2 nationally ranked courses. And definitely some hang time at WKP Sportsbook, the largest sportsbook in the state. Wekopa Casino Resort. It's we time.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. I'm laughing because I made a little bit of a boo-boo there during the last break.
Left my door open.
I left the door to producer Evan's control room open. Knowing that he's going to talk this segment, that door needs to be closed. So that's on me. I'll take the L. I'll take the L on that one. It's the last buy or sell for a while.
It is, yeah. So now, we got, 6 shows without buy or sell?
I mean, the segment's not going away, but buy or sell requires both of us to be here. You're out tomorrow, so you ready for this? Chris solo for 2 hours tomorrow. Buckle up. I don't know what we're going to get into tomorrow.
Because there's no way, even if ASU women's basketball wins tonight, they would play after.
They would play 4 o'clock again tomorrow.
Big win last night.
And then I'm out all next week. So the next 6 days worth of the lunch break. No buy or sell.
No buy or sell. No Monday show.
No Monday show. We're both out on Monday. With that in mind, Let's go out with a bang for a little bit here.
The Cardinals will have a new quarterback on the roster by the next time we do a buy or sell.
Yeah, I'll buy. I think it's going to be Malik Willis. It could be Jimmy Garoppolo. But yes, they will have a new quarterback on the roster. You're already starting to kind of get the sense that teams are going to call about Jacoby Brissett. Those rumors are kind of starting to make the rounds. Yeah, you are starting to
hear that. That's interesting.
Well, if he's not going to be your starter, right, because you bring in a Malik Willis or a Jimmy G, and you can get something of value for him.
Yeah, you're interested.
If teams are going to offer you a 6 or a 7, I'm good. I'll keep Jacoby Brissett, right? But if teams are going to offer you a 4, teams are going to offer you maybe a late 3, you almost have to at that point.
No, I agree.
So it really just depends on what teams are offering and what path the Cardinals pick. If Malik Willis is signed next week, he's the starter. Jacoby's the backup. And I think they'll explore a trade. If you bring in Jimmy G, it's closer, right? It's more of a competition between Jimmy G and Jacoby Brissett. I don't think it's because what's Jimmy going to sign? A 1-year deal? Not going to make a ton of money. So that's where you may entertain the idea of Jacoby being the starter next year. So it really depends on where they go next week. But yes, there will be a new quarterback on the roster next week by the time we do another buy or sell.
Kyler Murray will have signed by the next time I talk to you.
Ooh, this is a really good one. So Monday, the 16th is the next show we're going to do. The next time you and I are in the same building together will be that Monday. You think by then, you're asking me, will Kyler be on a new team by then?
Correct.
Oh. Man, I don't know. I think our opinion here in town of Kyler is skewed a little bit. He's probably the number 2 quarterback available this offseason. Like, I think he's right behind Malik Willis.
I agree. Because who else? Who else is out there?
Tua,
right?
if he becomes available, would be probably in that mix. So if you're a team that's interested, right? Do you need to go on the visit? Do you need to kind of sell Kyler Murray? Or is he somebody that signs right away? Now, he's not going to get released until technically Wednesday, first day of the new league year. But does he sign right after that? No, I think it takes some time. I'm going to sell this take.
Kyler Murray still available.
John off
you
the
wonder
top
if
rope.
that could help the Cardinals fix their quarterback situation.
John off the top rope with Kyler's going to go play baseball.
Yeah, did you see that? The GM of the A's said he's open to it. Here's my question for it. Like, how long does he have to play in the minors, right? So it's the guy who probably hasn't seen pitching like that in now 8 years.
I just don't see a world where he would try to go do that.
Did he ever get the signing? I guess there was no signing, but like he didn't sign.
He didn't sign. They just retain his rights.
Is that signing bonus gone, or if he signs now, does he still get it?
No, I'm not going to pretend to know the rules on that. I'll just raise my hand and say I don't know. Here's the other thing I don't know. He's 28 years old.
By the time he comes up, what is he, 30?
The A's would have, 6 years of control?
Yeah.
So Kyler Murray's never going to cash in on a big-time baseball contract until he's 35?
36. Yeah, 35.
Not happening. He's not going to go play baseball. He's going to go sign a 1-year vet min deal, get paid all the money the Cardinals owe him, which is like $50 million. And if he plays well in his new spot, he's going to cash in on another contract.
It'd be so cool if he became an A, though. I mean, he could totally be just a base stealer. Nothing but a base stealer. You could pinch hit, or you could pinch run him in spots. How about this for you? And I'm just kind of spitballing here. Kurtz into the gap. Here comes Wilson home. Murray rounding third. I mean, how's that sound?
Our mutual friend, who we reference on the show all the time.
Yeah.
He and I coined this type of banter as good old just suppose. When you're like, hey, I'm just guessing here. Let me just spitball. We used to call that just suppose.
I would love I mean, just hearing that Murray rounding third, he'll come in to score. That's awesome.
He will not play baseball.
No.
Is that a buy or sell? He will not play baseball.
No chance. If that was a buy or sell.
The financials don't make sense for Kyler. Not right now. I think maybe down the line, could he maybe want to do it, go to spring for one season and see? Maybe. But no, the financials of it don't make any sense.
Mark Williams, who is out tonight, will only miss tonight's game with his foot soreness.
This is concerning, right?
A little concerned.
We've gone 60-plus games without worrying about Mark Williams and his health.
And now we're concerned.
And now we're concerned with 20 games to go that the big guy in the middle, very important to what the Suns do, now's got his foot, which I believe this is the same foot that's popped up in the past.
It is.
Is now acting up. So I'm sorry. What was the buy or sell again?
He will only miss tonight's game.
Oh, I'm gonna sell this. You're telling me I get the whole rest of the season for this to pop up just one more time? I will take them.
I mean, I guess I was aiming for consecutive, but
well, they're playing back to back. So is the assumption that they wanted to give him one game, so they're giving him the front end so that he plays
tomorrow
against New Orleans? I don't know. But we're going to talk about this at 12:30. I think the Suns are okay for tonight. But going forward, if this becomes serious, it's not serious right now.
If it becomes serious, it becomes a major issue.
It's a major problem. Although it does provide an opportunity, and that's all I'll say. There's an opportunity for somebody that's going to present itself tonight.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
I'm very excited at that possibility because this feels like a tailor-made matchup. I don't want to do the segment before the segment because we're going to do that at 12:45-ish.
I just never mind.
Well, no, please go ahead. Ruin the 12:30 segment. Go ahead.
We've done the 12:30 segment 3 times. He's not.
We've talked about Kamal Malawach a bunch. We're going to do it again here at 12:30. Because I do think it is one of the subplots of Mark Williams being out tonight.
It is. It totally is.
But no, I think he'll miss more than one game.
Tonight is a must-win for the Suns if they want to get the 6th seed.
Why do you do this?
If they want to get the 6th seed.
You know how I feel
I
about
know,
this.
I know you hate a must-win, but if they want the 6th seed, do they have to win tonight?
And I still haven't we still, as a show, have not come up with what is the tier below a must-win.
This is a gotta-have-it game.
Because that's, I think, too close to bust. But whatever the next tier below is, that's this game.
Gotta have it.
If you lose to Chicago.
So I'm buying this. I just think if you say that, it's a buy.
Because if you don't beat Chicago, you got to go.
You're in trouble.
You got to go 7-2 in your final 9 games against teams that are below 500. You got 9 games remaining on the schedule. We did this yesterday. 9 of your final 21 games are against teams that are below 500. So far this year, you've won at an 80% clip against those teams. You're 20-5. Apply that same math to the final 9 games. That's 7-2. That's the bare minimum I think the Suns need to go over these next 9 games. These final 9 games against teams that are below 500. So if you lose tonight, that you got one other one that I'll give you. But you should not lose to this Chicago team. No, absolutely not. Under no circumstances should you lose this game tonight. Maybe this is a should win. Right below a must win is a should win. This is a should win for the Phoenix Suns. You should win this game 100 out of 100 times. Handle your business.
Rasul Douglas's game-winning interception against the Cards on that Thursday night game was the beginning of the end of the Kyler Murray era.
Taking us in the time machine. I'm trying to create the timeline in my head.
At that point, they were 7-0.
This is pre-extension or post-extension?
Was the extension post?
The extension was right after the playoff win, if I remember, or the playoff loss, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so then it was pre-extension.
So no, that wasn't the beginning of the end. The contract extension was the beginning of the end.
I think it maybe. I think it was.
He got the extension in 22. When was the game that you're referencing?
That was in 21, right? Beginning of 21, that season. So he got the extension in 22 after this season.
Because after the extension in 20, he signed it in 22. He played 11 games in 22, 8 games in 23, 17 games in 24, 5 games in 25.
been bad.
I think the contract extension was the beginning of the end because the clause, you paid him a lot of money, so you kind of boxed yourself into a corner. That was where things went south.
You're probably right. The Bills traded for our guy DJ Moore today. Obviously, former Panther DJ Moore.
That's why you said our guy.
DJ Moore will have over 1,200 yards as a member of the Bills this year.
Sell. That's just my gut reaction. I'm going to look at the numbers to see if my gut reaction matches with what I think the numbers are going to tell me.
DJ Moore, career receiving yards. His high.
He's done this once in his career, and that was 3 years ago.
Yes, with Justin Fields.
Not happening.
He's 1,300 yards.
Okay, everybody thinks Caleb Williams is the greatest thing
no,
at the
but
quarterback position. DJ Moore didn't have a 1,000-yard season.
Caleb completes,
right,
let's say 70% of his passes, then what he has, that equates like 900 yards. So, and that was with Caleb. This is with Josh.
I'm sorry, he's 29 years old. He's only done this once in his career. And you think he's going to do it right away with Josh Allen? Absolutely not.
Yeah, he also had 1175 with Carolina.
Okay.
1193, 1157.
Do you know how long ago 2019 was?
2019, not that long ago.
We've had 2 different presidential elections since then. That's a very long time.
Not that long ago. He's only played 8 years. This is year number
2019, 9. You still in college?
I was in high school.
You've graduated college. That 2019, you're in high school. You're telling me that's not that long ago?
It's not that
anything DJ Moore did pre the Bears doesn't actually count anymore.
Okay, so 1364.
Okay. In his first year at 26, he's going to be 29
with
this year.
Justin Fields. Justin Fields, respectfully, because obviously he was your quarterback last year, stinks out loud.
No, of course.
Terrible. Horrible. He's a terrible, terrible quarterback.
He was very bad last year, yes. I will take the under on DJ Moore, 1,200 yards.
All right. That's lame.
He hasn't gotten to 1,000 each of the last 2 seasons.
That's lame. He's gonna have 1,400 this year.
Dude, the dude played in 17 games last year, had 682 yards.
He's gonna be. Let's see what Diggs had
in New England or with
no. If what do he have? Like he had 1,000 yards this year. I'm sorry, that's a lie.
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, 2020. Stephon Diggs first year in Buffalo, 1,500 yards. Book it. DJ Moore's going to have at least 1,600.
Okay. It's not happening. That's not happening.
That's all I got for you.
I'll take the field. I'll take the under on 1,200 yards when he hasn't gotten close in 2 seasons. He'll be 29 years old next year. No, thank you. I'll sell. There you go. The last buy or sell for a little bit here on the program. Speaking of the football, when we come back, how else can the Cardinals make cap space this offseason? We'll go through some of the potential moves the Cardinals may make before Monday. We'll talk about them next. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. Tax season is here, and for many people, that refund check is an opportunity. If a past conviction is holding you back from constitutional rights, your tax return can be an investment in your future. Instead of spending your refund on something temporary, use it to remove legal barriers from your record and restore your standing as the law-abiding citizen you've worked hard to become. To book a free consultation, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com today. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
You may think you know drag racing. The chills, the speed, iconic moments. But this season, it hits different. 75 years in the making. The crowd's locked in, waiting for that moment. The moment of realizing you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Whether you're a longtime fan or feeling earth-shaking horsepower for the first time, you're part of the story now. Expect the unexpected March 20th through 22nd when NHRA roars into Phoenix. Get tickets at NHRA.com today.
With a Global Credit Card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The LA Rams look like a finished product last season. Matthew Stafford played at an MVP level, and the offense featured 2-star pass catchers. But in their 6 losses, one weakness kept resurfacing, the secondary. LA surrendered an average of 31 points in defeat last season. Mac Jones and Sam Darnold both eclipsed 340 passing yards against them. Bryce Young and Jalen Hurts threw a combined 6 touchdowns against this defense. Sean McVay and GM Les Snead did not ignore the evidence. They traded a first-round pick and additional picks to the Chiefs for Trent McDuffie. The Rams made it clear they're operating in a win-now mode, but you're chasing the reigning Super Bowl champs in your own division. You also have to battle Kyle Shanahan's Niners twice a year as well. McDuffie changes matchups. He buys the pass rush some time. For teams already near the top, eliminating the obvious flaw will keep them on the mountaintop. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. 2 words, prostate exam. Relax. Screening starts with a simple finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or over and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and the next steps. Sponsored by Novartis. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Yokohama tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan, see their Yokohama test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Welcome back to the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you today. The Arizona Cardinals, as things stand right now, $30.7 million in cap space ahead of the league year starting next Wednesday, but we'll have legal tampering start on Monday next week. And I wanted to walk through some of the names that could be restructure candidates, that could be cut candidates for the Cardinals to free up some money. Producer Evan, I need your help. The laptop in here, we're struggling. It's frozen.
Frozen.
Could you do me a favor?
Of course.
Could you go to Spotrac?
Spotrac. Correct.
One of our favorite resources here on the program.
Correct.
And go to the Cardinals page. And then once you get there, there's a ability to manage the roster. You can make moves and stuff.
The NFL?
Yep.
The Arizona
So
Cardinals.
Yeah, you click on that, shows you all the contracts.
And then manage
roster. Yeah, it brings up a
roster.
whole big menu where you can do a lot of stuff, right?
Correct.
You can cut players. All right. First thing I want you to do, if it's all right with you.
Yeah.
I want you to designate Kyler Murray as a post-June 1 cut, because that's what's going to happen.
Post-June 1 release. Sorry, it took me a second to
No,
find it.
it's quite all right. It's quite all right.
Okay.
So that I'm using over the cap in here. You've got Spotrac in there. What do you got the cap number at?
$38,793,934.
I've got it at 35.8, but we're in the same ballpark, right? All right, let's talk about some other players that I think make sense. Let's talk about some restructures that could occur. And what you do here with restructures is you accelerate some money, you turn stuff into bonuses, you add some void years on the back of the deal, and you get to lower the cap hit for a player when you do a restructure. You usually reserve this because this eats away at future cap space because of the void years that you add on it. You eat away future cap space to maintain some flexibility in the here and now. And you usually do that with players that are going to be here for a little bit, right? You don't do this with a player that maybe only has a 1 or a 2 year
Correct.
shelf life. I'm going to restructure Budda Baker. He's not going anywhere.
We're going to restructure Budda Baker.
So what does that get to me? What does that?
I have a question for you.
Please go right ahead. So there's two different
conversion. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do min base bonus 3 void years?
So do the one that gives the lowest cap hit to the Cardinals. So
Okay,
it should tell
got
you
it.
what it lowers their cap hit
Yeah.
to.
So we got him down from 16, from like just over 16 million. I think it was right under 17 to 7 million. Gives us about $50 million in cap.
Okay. I want to do the same thing with Josh Sweat. I want to do a nice little
We're going to
basic-
restructure Josh Sweat.
That's right.
And so that one only one option.
So I'll take that one.
We'll take that. Takes him from 16 million down to 9.5. Roughly gives us about 56 million.
Okay. I want to do the same thing for Dalvin Tomlinson.
Dalvin Tomlinson, where you're going to restructure here. We're going to add 4 void years. And to do that, we bring him down to 7 million. We freed up another 10 million. We have another 8 million. We have about 66 million.
I would like to cut James Conner.
We're going to cut James Conner. Are we going to do a post?
No, just a good
Release.
old-fashioned release at the beginning of
Perfect.
the
Yep. So we have about $74 million.
I'm going to do the same thing to Sean Murphy Bunting.
Sean Murphy Bunting. We'll see. It's just going to release him.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do.
81 million.
So here's what I did to get to $81 million in cap space. I restructured a couple of contracts of players that aren't going anywhere. Right? Budda Baker's not going anywhere. Key part of what we're doing here. Josh Sweat, key part of what we're doing here. Dalvin Tomlinson was a good player for this team last year on the interior. You've got some young interior players that I still think need time to develop. You want to keep guys like Dalvin Tomlinson around to help the veterans, be a mentor to those guys, but also keep the pressure off of Walter Nolan and Dalvin Tomlinson and Darius Robinson. Then I'm going to make 2 cuts to this roster. Sean Murphy Bunting was hurt last year. I love the young corners that I've got. It's an expendable area for me. I can always take another swing on somebody in the draft if I want to add some depth to that room, but I free up about $7+ million in cap space by moving him. And James Conner, this is an unfortunate I can free up $7.5 million. I think I can get another running back cheaper, either in free agency or the draft, and I get myself nearly to $80 million in cap space.
Correct. Just over 81.6.
I didn't do anything crazy.
No, those are normal off-season moves.
Everybody restructures contracts. Everybody makes cuts.
3 restructures feels like a decent amount, though.
I'm not going crazy with restructures.
But you're not. It's not absurd, right? It's not crazy. It's not impossible.
No. I don't think any of this is out of left field, something that the Cardinals aren't considering. But this is how you go from $30 million in cap space to $81 million in cap space. And now, all of a sudden, Malik Willis at 25 or 30 plus 2 new starting offensive linemen doesn't feel that outlandish. It doesn't feel that crazy. And oh, by the way, you're starting to see that the dollar amount that's being reported on Malik Willis is coming down from that $30 million number.
Yeah, it is. It always has that, right? I feel like that always happens where the first, you're like, okay, maybe it's 20, then it goes way up, then it comes back down to earth. So now we're in that what feels like people think is going to be the 28-27 range.
Yeah, the contract projection on the Athletic is 2 years, $46 million. So $23 million a season. So $23 million a season. And by the way, it wouldn't be structured that way where you would get all $23 million as a cap hit in year one. You would structure the deal, pretty nicely for yourself. But if you did that, if you're the Arizona Cardinals, let's just subtract 23 from 81, and you still have $40+ million in cap space. You can get 2 starting offensive linemen.
Certainly.
You can get another running back to replace James Conner to get younger in that room.
Certainly.
You can go get a safety that we think you need. You can go get Cam Curl. You can do all of this. And I didn't mortgage the future. You still have right now on the books $197 million in cap space for 2027, according to overthecap.com. My numbers are a little different than producer Evans. We're using 2 different resources. They include things in different places. But for me, this is what I got. $76.5 million in cap space with all the moves that we just made for this year. $197.3 for next year. $279.8 million for 2028. Now, we got to see what the cap numbers are going to be. But the cap this past year jumped what, $23 million?
Correct.
They have a $23 million bump in the cap for next year. And then another $25 million the year after that. So they're not projecting a massive cap. They're projecting it to stay in line with what it has done so far over the last couple of seasons. Cardinals financially are in a really nice place. So you can do these restructures. You can have some void years on your on your books for 2029. How about this, producer Evan? 2029, there's no cap yet for 2029 for the Arizona Cardinals. There's no cap in the NFL because the CBA expires.
Correct. 3
contracts on the books for the Cardinals in 2029. You ready for this? It will be the void year for Josh Sweat that will cost you $8.3 million. The void year for Dalvin Tomlinson, which will cost $5 million against the cap for you. And Trey McBride, who carries a cap hit of $23.1 million. That's it. That's what's on the books for 2029 for the Arizona Cardinals. Flexibility and options aplenty. Sure, there's a Paris Johnson Jr. contract extension that could be coming. There's a Marvin Harrison Jr. contract conversation that we'll have next offseason. You're going to add potentially Malik Willis. And if he plays well in year one, you're going to want to get a long-term deal done. I understand. You may want to extend Josh Sweat. You got to pay some of the young players on this team, right? I get all of that. I get what's coming down the pipeline in the future. But you are in a really good financial place right now. You've got the cap space to pull the leverage that you have to get yourself to the point where you have $80 million in cap space. Let's just use that number, $80 million in cap space. That would put the Arizona Cardinals 3rd in cap space this offseason, behind the Chargers, the Titans, and the Raiders, in front of the Jets and the Commanders, who are all above $60 million.
That says it all.
Puts you right firmly in the mix of being able to have exactly the offseason that we all think you need to have. And again, none of it's crazy. None of it is trading Kyler Murray and freeing up $34 million. No, I'm factoring in the cut. I'm factoring in the post-June 1 cut of Kyler Murray. How about this? Just say that he's an outright release right now. Cost you what, a couple more $1 million against the cap? You are still flush with cash, flush with opportunity.
If you want me to just release him?
Just release him outright.
Yeah, it takes us down to 79.
Okay. And that is with carrying the dead cap. You cut him right now, you are carrying his what would then be a $54.7 million cap number. You would take it all in one swing. You would take it all right now. You would still have, before you did any of the moves that we made, $30 million in cap space. In addition to all the moves that we make, you can get up to 30. The Arizona Cardinals can actually take one of the worst cap hits we've seen at the quarterback position in sports and still have plenty of money to spend. It's a great situation to be in.
It really is. It's unheard of.
So go do something with it. Go do something with it. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream when we come back. The Suns, they will go for 3 in a row tonight when they take on the Bulls, but they will be missing somebody notable. We'll talk about it next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
When your average fan goes to an NBA game, it doesn't matter if it's game 1 or game 82. Everyone healthy should be on the court giving 110% max effort. We've seen what a player like Victor Wembanyama could do to a franchise. All the greatest of the greats, when they hit the franchise, their team becomes an instant playoff team. I hate when players that are healthy are not playing in a regular season game.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Life can change in an instant. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can feel overwhelming. The pain, the stress, and the uncertainty of what comes next. You don't have to go through it alone. The attorneys at Sweet James understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact an accident can have. They're here to help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to under the law. When you call Sweet James, you're connecting with a team of attorneys experienced in handling serious injury cases. Their work is driven by preparation, advocacy, and a genuine commitment to helping clients seek accountability and justice. Every case is different, and outcomes depend on the specific facts involved. If you've been injured in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James for your free case review. They handle everything for you so you can focus on healing. That's the Sweet James advantage. Help available 24/7. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows. Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th. Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
Your dental health affects your whole body's wellness. Got a broken tooth or need a crown? At Arizona Crown Center, you can expect care focused on crowns and bridges for just $6.99 per tooth, including your x-ray. That's less than half the usual cost. With Arizona Crown Center, expect top quality, efficient treatment backed by a 3-year unconditional guarantee, and even same-day service. They keep it simple and affordable, so you can enjoy the foods you love without worry. Plus, their friendly team makes every visit comfortable and easy. Whether it's your first crown or replacing an old one, they personalize your care to fit you. That's something to really smile about. Don't live with discomfort. Visit azcrowncenter.com for your free consultation today. Serving the Valley for over 20 years with offices in Chandler, Surprise, and Prescott. Get premium dental crowns and bridges at a price that fits your budget. azcrowncenter.com. That's azcrowncenter.com. Your smile's best friend.
Every day begins with the promise of something new. A new perspective, a fresh start. At Banner Health, right here, right now, we're pioneering new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with the patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. Impressive, right? It's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
If you've been disappointed by underachieving savings, a high-yield certificate from America First can be a fantastic way to help your money start doing more. Whether you're planning for an upcoming expense or just want to save smarter and earn bigger, America First's flexible certificates are an outstanding way to grow your cash. So don't wait to get your money working. Head to americafirst.com and open a high-yield certificate today. Membership eligibility terms, conditions, and change apply. Fees could reduce account earnings. Federally insured by NCUA.
The roar of the NTT IndyCar Series is back.
Robert Wickett, your leader, in for his final stop of the night. These guys haven't made a mistake, but a little problem with the right rear.
Take a look to the inside. No hit, slams the door into turn number 1.
They're side by side. Joseph Newgarden has made the pass.
Listen to the NTT IndyCar Series at Phoenix Raceway, live this Saturday.
12:30 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060.
How about this, producer Evan? How about we give away some more tickets here today on the show? Is that all right with you?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I've got a 4-pack of tickets to Saturday's extravaganza at Phoenix Raceway.
I've heard it's an extravaganza.
You've got IndyCar. You've got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We're supposed to, as long as schedule permitting, carry both events here on both KDUS AM 1060 and our sister station KAZG 1440. But I want you to be there. I want you to be there in person. So I got a 4-pack of tickets to Saturday's extravaganza that I'm going to give away to caller number 3, 480-864-1060. So Saturday, I think things get underway around 1 o'clock-ish. If you want to go out, have a nice day out at the racetrack, out at Phoenix Raceway, take in some motorsport action, we've got you covered. A 4-pack of tickets to Saturday's extravaganza, as we're calling it. Caller number 3, 480-864-1060. In the meantime, I'm going to get you ready for Suns basketball tonight, 7 o'clock. They'll take on the Chicago Bulls, looking to make it 3 in a row, which would be the first winning streak of that length since the end of January. Just yet another reminder of how bad the month of February was for the Phoenix Suns. And they welcome in a Chicago Bulls team that's got a lot of red L's on their schedule if you look it up on ESPN. They've won 1 game since February. Since February began, they won 1 game, and it was this past Sunday in the beginning of March. They did not win a single game in the month of February. They've won 2 games in their last, let me do some math here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2 of their last 15 games they've won. 2 and 13 in their last 15, 1 win against a lowly Milwaukee team the other night, which snapped their 11-game losing streak, and then they beat Miami in Miami at the end of January. Other than that, this has been a brutal last month or two for the Chicago Bulls. 12 games below 500 now. They've been bad since February, and they come in to Phoenix to take on the Phoenix Suns, and this is, again, we're not calling it a must-win, but it is very easily a should win. The Phoenix Suns should win this game tonight. They should win it comfortably tonight. What we wanted to see against Sacramento the other night should be on the table yet again tonight against Chicago. Fourth quarter, we're not playing the starters. We've got this game in hand. It's comfortable. Cruise control is on, and I'm saving up for tomorrow night's game against New Orleans. You got a back-to-back. This is probably even more important to put this thing on cruise control than it was against Sacramento, because you got to play tomorrow. It's home, but you got a back-to-back. And every minute you can steal for Devin Booker, every minute that you can steal for Jalen Green, for Royce O'Neal, for Grayson Allen, for Ryan Dunn, for Rasheer Fleming, for every role player that this team has, for every starter that this team has, every minute that you can steal tonight, that you don't have to exert max energy in the fourth quarter because the Kings went on a run to make it closer. The starters have to come back into the game. If you can avoid that tonight, you're going to set yourself up to be able to win both games of the back-to-back. You're going to set yourself up nicely for tomorrow against New Orleans. Now, unfortunately, you're going to do this tonight without Mark Williams, who's dealing with that foot soreness that has plagued him in the past. The first time this season it's popped up, the first time as a member of the Phoenix Suns it has happened. But you're going to have to do this without him tonight. So Oso Ighodaro, welcome to the starting lineup. Come on, Malawach, perhaps a chance. You're now the number 2 center tonight. Perhaps an opportunity to showcase why you were taken inside the top 10 in the 2025 NBA draft. Because you're going to have opportunity. Oso Ighodaro can't play every minute of the game tonight.
We believe this is probably the best opportunity he's had all year.
I mean, 1,000%. Because before trading Nick Richards at the trade deadline, he was at times center 4.
So now you're at a spot where Mark Williams is out. We traded Nick Richards.
You're center 2.
You're center number 2.
You're the backup center tonight.
You assume he's going to get 10 minutes.
And by the way, I want this game to be in hand in the fourth quarter so we can play the whole fourth quarter. I can save Oso, and I can give, come on, Malawach, an extended look here in a game that I have in hand so that he becomes more comfortable.
And that would be best case scenario.
Oh, ideally, this game is comfortable in the fourth quarter. The Suns have a 20-plus point lead. Starters aren't in the game. We're getting a ton of Rasheer Fleming. We're getting a ton of Kaman Malawach. We're getting Haywood Highsmith making his Suns debut. I mean, that's what we're getting in the fourth quarter of the game tonight. If everything goes according to plan, if you could draw it up, that's what it looks like.
Do what you weren't able to do against Sacramento the other night.
Right. And as I said a little bit ago, I think it's more important tonight to do it than it was against Sacramento because you play tomorrow.
You have the back-to-back.
We've said you got to go 7-2 against the teams below 500. I worry that one of those two
comes off the
here,
back-to-back.
Comes off of the back.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you get out to a start where, we're talking about this stretch, if you can win tonight and you win tomorrow, and you're 3-0 to start that, 9-game home stretch here against those teams that are under 500, now we've shuffled the deck here, right? It's not going 7-2 in the course of 9. Now we're talking about going 4-2 in the course of 6. And could you get 5-1? That's the deck shuffles, right? Like you get new odds now.
I'm confused by something that the YouTube chat is saying. John just said the Suns will be down 30 in the fourth quarter, ? That's something that one of us said? Or is that him? I don't remember saying that.
Did you say down 40 instead of up 40 or up 30?
I said 20, and I think I said up 20, but maybe I said down 20. But I don't. If one of us said that, we clearly meant the inverse.
Yeah, my bad.
No, but I don't actually know. I don't know if we should take responsibility. I'll take responsibility if I messed up, but I don't know if this is a time where we need to take responsibility. Remember, I have the memory of a goldfish. I don't remember what I said 30 seconds ago. So I don't know if somebody said
you got to be like that in this business.
Yeah, you got to keep it
keep going.
You got to keep it moving.
You're going to stumble on your words. You're going to say something.
We talk for 10 hours every week. It's not all going to come out exactly the way that you want it to. I mean, I've got drops all over the place. I mean,
Schmammer. I knew that one was coming.
I mean, you don't do 10 hours
and
of radio.
I got so caught in my words there. I just paused for a while and then said schmammered.
Right. I mean, listen, you do 10 hours of radio. Sometimes you say things like this. He took a potty break in a weird spot.
Wrong.
Right. Sometimes things happen. We went bust-out. But I don't think either of us said that. If we did, then we apologize. We meant the inverse. So the Suns back in action tonight, looking to make it 3 in a row. The first time they'll have a streak that long since the end of January. It is a should-win game tonight against a Chicago Bulls team that has been very bad since the month of February. No Mark Williams tonight for the Phoenix Suns. Does provide an opportunity for Kaman Malawach. Does provide a chance for Oso Ighodaro to be in the starting lineup. And so we'll see what the Suns have to offer tonight to try to make it 3 in a row by beating the Chicago Bulls. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've got one more before we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. It is all the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. We call them the leftovers, and we'll give them to you next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of your social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A night you don't want to miss. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. North America Tour 2026. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. August 27th. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. An epic night of music. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
It pays to play at your local home for Caesars Rewards, Harrah's Auction Casino. With the nation's largest and most rewarding casino loyalty club, your play grants you perks at more than 50 destinations across the nation. Stay, play, splash, and dine, and then take in a Vegas show or steal away to Lake Tahoe. Because with Caesars Rewards at Harrah's Auction Casino, it always pays to play. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 or 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Visit the Caesars Rewards Center for details.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
4 o'clock today, ASU women's basketball back in action. We'll take on Iowa State tonight, round 2 of the Big 12 tournament. 4 o'clock pregame, a 4:30 tip. If they win, they will play, I believe it is West Virginia on Friday, with a chance to go to the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament.
Very nice.
That's what's on the line tonight for the
You get to the
ASU.
semifinals, you start really thinking about the tournament.
Yeah, I think they're a bubble team right now, and I don't think last night's win changed that in any capacity. I actually haven't looked today. I'll use this opportunity to check in on the NCAA bracketology that was last updated 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. March 5th. Okay, so this applies. ASU as part of the first 4 out right now, but they have moved up because they were originally part of the next 4 out. That is teams ranked 73 through 76. So they are now in the first 4, and they are third on that list. Utah and South Dakota State in front of them. Now, Iowa State is one of the last 4 byes, the last team to skip the first 4 round. That's who the Sun Devils are playing tonight. You'd have to imagine that a win tonight against one of these teams, like on Iowa State, could put ASU back into play. So just something to keep an eye on tonight in the tournament. 4 o'clock, things get underway.
Interesting article I found today.
That's where you want to start with the leftovers?
Is that okay?
No, I want to just close one loop if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
Oh, big time start right now. See, this is why I check these things. Utah, who's considered the last team in right now, in front of ASU, who's 23-9. Utah 19-11. They're considered in. ASU considered out. Trailing BYU 8-5. 8-5 as the first quarter's got 6:30 to go. So just Utah considered one of the last teams in.
Wow.
Utah loses.
Isn't BYU one of the last teams in?
ASU wins tonight. Could be right back into the tournament. Right on the cusp. Sorry, please continue. I just let everybody know what the bracket situation is.
No, I think that's very fair. Very, very fair. Bleacher Report wrote an article, all-time free agent busts. They did a list of 50. I'm not going to give you all 50.
Brock Osweiler.
Brock Osweiler was... Exactly.
He's on the list. Has to be.
Yeah, certainly. Brock Osweiler was 7.
So top 10. Okay.
Top 10. Do you think you could guess the team with the most? There's 2 teams with 5 players on this list.
2 teams with 5 in terms of busts?
In terms of...
Sure. We're the butt of every joke. I'll throw us out there. The New York Jets.
The New York Jets. Not...
Really?
Not with 5. They have 2.
Okay.
Would you like to know them?
The 2 busts?
Yeah. Neil O'Donnell ranked 24th. Le'Veon Bell ranked 28th.
Everybody knew at the time the Le'Veon Bell contract was going to be bad, except the New York Jets. Everybody knew how that was going to go, except them. Okay, team 5. Got to think of some all-time just swings and misses.
I got to tell you,
the New York Giants.
The New York Giants have 3. Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, that was the one that popped into my head.
LeVar Arrington, and then Nate Soldier. Kenny Galladay 3rd on this list, by the way.
I mean, it's one of the worst contracts.
It's a terrible, terrible contract. By the way, not that they had they don't have 3 teams tied at 5.
Okay.
But this is just the Raiders. Christian Wilkins, Javon Walker. I mean, 2 in the top 10, 2 in the top 5. Terrible. Larry Brown, Corey Littleton, Trent Brown. That's the Raiders list. 5 in the top 50.
The Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders with 5. Albert Hainsworth, number 1 on the list. Adam Archuleta, number 13. Dana Stubblefield, number 14. Deion Sanders, number 20. William Jackson III, number 37.
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys have, I can find them.
So they're not.
They're not on the list. They don't have a
spoiler alert. Not a team with 5. All
not
right.
a team. They do not have one on the list, which is crazy.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have 2. Nick Foles, number 8 on the list, and Jerry Porter.
Seattle.
Seattle Seahawks, 1. Matt Flynn.
Okay, that's the one. I thought that was gonna.
Yeah,
that was gonna be the
number 25.
Darn, I thought they had more, and Matt Flynn was gonna be their.
I'll tell you, this team has a connection to the program.
This team has a connection. The Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers are not with 5.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. Byron Maxwell,
when they went
Nnamdi Asamoah,
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray, Bryce Huff, Malik Jackson.
Yeah, that era where they just went crazy with spending money.
Yeah, that was the I mean, the Byron Maxwell and DeMarco Murray, you blame those on Chip. That was Chip Kelly.
Yeah, Nnamdi was
that was early Howie, like as the full GM. Bryce Huff was Howie, and then Malik Jackson, same thing.
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions, I mean, we got the 2 teams at 3. The Detroit Lions have 2, Scott Mitchell and Trey Flowers.
You said there were 3 teams at 5, right?
Yeah, sorry, we got the 3 teams at 5.
I only got 2 of them.
The Raiders, the Commanders, the Eagles.
Oh, the Raiders were one of them.
Yep.
Okay. So then, yeah.
The Cardinals only have 1 name on the list. Would you like to guess it?
The Cardinals have 1 name on the list.
I got to be honest with you.
Okay.
Forgot he was a Cardinal. But,
forgot he was a Cardinal.
I want to say he didn't start more than 3 games.
And this has got to be free agent signing.
Free agent signings.
Kevin Cobb?
No. But stay there. You're very close.
Stay there.
Yeah, think that position coming from a similar organization, maybe the same organization.
Who did they bring over from the Philadelphia Eagles?
I guess technically there was a team in between the Eagles and the Cardinals. Sam Bradford.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. They signed him to it was only a 2-year deal.
It was a 1-year, $20 million. Nowadays,
that's unfair.
But in 2018,
I know, but 1-year deals, I don't criticize organizations for 1-year deals. You can't do that. It's a 1-year deal. I think that's a little unfair to the Cardinals to put that on the list, but okay. Yeah. Because it was Sam Bradford, it was Kevin Cobb.
It was Josh Rosen.
John Skelton was in that era.
John Skelton. I watched John Skelton play the Eagles in Philadelphia. That was something.
The morning show that I used to produce, John Skelton was a weekly for us.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good guy?
John's great. Yeah, John was great.
Yeah.
He would have great insight. And it's hard when you're doing morning radio to get weeklies.
Yeah, nobody wants to get up at 6.
Well, the first 2 hours, the 6 o'clock and the 7 o'clock hour, it's hard to have guests, right? The 8, 9 o'clock hours, it's a little easier, but John was great. John was, I believe, one of our guests in the 7 o'clock hour every single Friday, right before
Cardinals.
Right before the Cardinals. It was he was great when we would have him on.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
That sounds like an awesome time.
Well, it's when
4 hours, by the way.
When you're I used to produce a 4-hour radio program. when you're producing a 4-hour morning show, right? It's you're calling guests
all the time,
but you're calling them early in the morning. You just don't know. I could be waking somebody up. If I'm doing,
I was gonna say, how many times did that happen to you?
Middays. If we have a guest, I'm not worried.
I'm never gonna wake anybody up.
I'm not waking anybody up. If I'm calling somebody on the East Coast, it's before dinner. We're good. We're fine. It's great. But you're doing mornings.
There was one time at my job before this where we had a show go on the air, a pregame show that was early. And I remember they were like, well, here's the number for so-and-so. They're going to do it from their house. I called, no answer.
Right.
Called again, no answer. And called the third time, it was I could hear them pick up in a scramble. I'll call you back in 2 minutes. I was like, Oh no.
It's one of the worst feelings as a producer when you have to call out to somebody and you get 3 rings and you just know they're not answering. And
Yeah.
you're like, great. Because now you've got to relate this to the host. You've now got to completely.
And by the way, like the relaying to the host, and I know it's never actually your fault.
No.
But it immediately feels like your fault.
Because it's in some ways your problem to solve, right? You've now got to get the show back on the air, but you've also now got to navigate this problem of I got to try calling this guest again. I may have to call him 3 more times. I'm also paying attention to the board. Like when you're in that role as the producer, it can be a tough little scramble.
Yeah.
It's chaotic.
It's a tough
for little
spot.
bit there. Yeah. So I had to do that quite a bit in the mornings. And the mornings were tough. Those 6 a.m.s were not a lot of guests in the 6 a.m. hour of the radio program. We
can't imagine.
We handled it all internally for those couple segments. That's going to do it for us here. Thursday edition of the program in the books. Jim Rome is coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Safe travels. Have fun filling in for me next week. Everybody have a great rest
Thank
of
you.
your
Have a great
Thursday.
vacation, you too.
I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS